Part of what I know is an important event, Wake Up Spain. It was more than 3 decades ago when I first had the opportunity to start working in Spain on behalf of the software industry. I was a young lawyer based in London, and part of my job was to travel to Spain to make the case for new laws to protect software under the copyright law, to reduce piracy rates, to start to grow an innovation and technology sector in Spain. And as I look back at the last 3 decades, I marvel at the progress. I am always excited to see the innovation springing up in every part of Spain, but I also recognize that we're at a critical moment in history. We're at a critical moment because of what's happening in the world of technology, and we're obviously at a critical moment because of the broader developments in Europe and the world. I think we'll all look back at 2022 as a year when we hope that a pandemic came to an end, but also a year when a new war began. And it forces us, I think, to come to terms with all of the issues that technology represents. I think it's helpful to think about the role that technology played in helping us sustain our way through this pandemic. The way digital technology literally enabled possible the continuity of our governments and schools and businesses. The way digital technology fueled innovation, including new research for vaccines. But it also underscored just how reliant we have become on technology for every part of our life. And then this war began. And at Microsoft, I think we were among the first to see the first shots, because in this war, a war that Russia unleashed, I think clearly, unjustifiably, unlawfully against Ukraine, the first shots were in fact not from a tank or an artillery gun or a missile. They were from cyber attacks that we started to see unfold in the hours before tanks started to cross the border. And that, too, is a reflection of the role that technology is playing. I think we need to look at all of this and take from it inspiration and determination that builds on that inspiration. An inspiration and determination to do more to strengthen, I will say first, trust in technology. I think we should all be encouraged by the advances that we're seeing to better protect privacy under European law, and now in a new and enhanced privacy shield between the European Union and the United States. It's something that we're embracing quickly at Microsoft, not just with stronger technology, but with an ongoing commitment to use our legal resources to help ensure that Europeans get the full and effective representation that they deserve and now can access in the American judiciary when their rights are at issue even beyond the borders of Spain and the EU. But even as we protect privacy, I think this is also a year when we need to double down on our protection of cybersecurity. That, to me, has been a powerful lesson from the last few months. We need to work more closely between the tech sector and with governments, between a company like Microsoft and the government of Spain. We need to work more closely on a multilateral basis across Europe, across the Atlantic, literally around the world, among democratically governed and like-minded allies. And we need to look to the future. We need to enhance the digital safety protections and controls, and we need to ensure the responsible use of artificial intelligence. That's why responsible AI has become such an important field just within Microsoft in the last few years, as we develop stronger systems to govern not just the development, but the deployment of AI. But as we strengthen trust in technology, we need to couple this with a focus on the economic opportunities that technology continues to create. Technology in the tech sector itself, for new startups and larger companies in the tech space, in Spain, in Europe, and around the world. And we need to keep in mind as well that technology fundamentally often makes its most important contribution economically, not just within the tech sector, but by enabling, enhancing the competitiveness of every sector of the economy. I don't think there's any economy in the world that can remain competitive unless it is deploying technology quickly, effectively, and successfully. And so sometimes when these issues are in tension, more regulation, for example, to ensure that we have more trust, we need to couple that with the investments that are needed to move forward. Those kinds of investments in the economy often come down to people. That's why the other aspect that we're so focused on at Microsoft is investing in the skilling of the next generation of people. Whether it's something like cybersecurity skilling that we're focused on now, or the skilling needed to put technology to work for the sustainability of our planet. These are the jobs of the future, and we need to do more to work together to create the skills that our people will need to be successful in the future. All of this, I think, underscores why this particular event is happening at such an important moment. We're hopefully putting one challenge at least a little bit more behind us, the pandemic, but we're taking on new challenges without really even being given an opportunity to catch our breath, if you will, between these two great crises of our time. It's a moment to think about the role that technology can play in helping us address every problem we need to address. It's a moment to remember that if we're not careful, technology creates problems of its own. As we've said in a book we've written, technology is both a tool and a weapon. We need to keep both in mind. We need to work together to make the most out of the opportunities ahead in Spain and around the world. So thank you. As I know firsthand, Spain's been awake for a long time. I'm excited to be part of this day with you.